Hey, what's going on everyone? This is kiodiekin and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video review, I'm going to show you guys all how to modify an existing script on your Retropie build. Now this may also apply to Batacera and some of the other retro gaming front ends that are out there. But the purpose of this is that we are now pleased to announce, it's actually been released for the past 2 months, the official release of the ROM streaming script that I showcased here on the channel a few months ago. The title of that video was called No More Storage Needed. As you guys know, ROM storage or storage in general for a lot of these Retropie builds, we're now creeping up on 1 gig to really get an absorbent amount of games and media for your Retropie build. You have a number of ROMs and media encased with typically around maybe 500 gigabytes to a gigabyte for storage. And the purpose of that script is now so you can stream games that you currently own directly from your PC to your Raspberry Pi or Orange Pi or typically any other kind of device that you have. So really you don't need storage for it other than the basic OS. And so we have Supreme Ultra here. I'm showcasing one of the latest builds here. And so we're going to go ahead and modify one of the scripts here. Now you will need a few essential tools. Obviously you'll need your Raspberry Pi, you'll need your storage drive, whatever you're preferring, and you will need an application called WinSCP that allows you to go in directly into your Raspberry Pi device and modify some of the scripts. Now as you can see on the screen, we have the Retropie menu loaded, and the script that we're going to be working with today is called the system info and weather. Now when we go over to our main PC, you guys can see here I'm currently in the Retropie menu folder. So the script or the screen that you're looking at right now, these are the scripts and the location of what you're currently looking at there. You have your controller tools, emulation, icons, Retropie tools, visual tools, and then of course we have some additional scripts here called basic info and whatever the case might be here. So we're going to go back here to WinSCP. You're going to SSH in directly into your Raspberry Pi unit, and we're just going to go ahead and copy either one of these. We're just going to use basic info because that's just a basic script here. So let's go ahead and duplicate. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate temporary. Go ahead, yes. And when we duplicate, let's go ahead and give it a different name too. We're just going to call it basic info 1. And then of course, I'm going to rename this script. We're just going to call it, for this particular video, the Supreme Universal Mounting, or use Supreme Universal ROM script, whatever which name you guys want to prefer. So let's go ahead and rename this. Let's just go ahead and use lowercase letters because this is case sensitive. We'll call it Supreme ROM. Well, let's do it. Supreme ROM Stream. Typically, I wouldn't make it this long because you got spaces and stuff in it. All right. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead. I'll leave it. Let's go ahead and remove that. I'm going to remove the spaces. I don't usually create or modify a script with spaces in it, so we'll just go ahead and do it the appropriate way. All right, there we go. So now once we have this, we duplicated this script here. So now as we open it up, all the same information from the basic info script, because it's just a duplicate, is already in here. So we're just going to go ahead and Control A, delete everything, and now I'm going to open up the Supreme Mounting script. Shows up here. This is the script that you guys will be using. If you guys are on my Patreon, you can currently download this. But again, I'll also include a link to the GitHub where you guys can officially download it, because it has been available now for about 2 months. I thought I made mention of that. All right, so now this is the script. We're just going to go ahead and close it, save it. And the best thing to do is to go back into your Retropie, and we want to make sure we reboot everything. Typically, you could just log out of Emulation Station, but personally, I prefer just to kind of do a whole freeze reboot on this and get this to work. All right, now we have our Pi rebooted, but honestly, I forgot one step. Before we reboot the Pi, before we actually, even after you edit the script, let's go back to our desktop. And we want to make sure we give this thing a permission. So what we're going to do now is we are going to sudo chmod the script itself to give it permission purposes. So let's go ahead and type in the name of that script. Obviously, we already in the current directory is going to be sudo space chmod space +x homepy retropie menu. And then, of course, this is one of the reasons why I eliminated the spaces from that script, because it can get tricky if you're trying to give it permission, but you have to type in the same exact name for that script. So we're going to type in supreme rom stream.sh. Oops, already had one there. Let's go ahead and back that up and execute. All right, so I'm going to just reboot one more time. Definitely want to make sure we get that in there. So once we reboot, that script will be labeled directly under the Retropie menu. In fact, you guys will see it here. Let's see here. There it is there, but we want to make sure that we give it permissions, value, and whatnot. So let's just go ahead and make a safe reboot for all intensive purposes. This way it takes effect. And we're going to go ahead and execute it just to show you guys that it is working. All right, and there you have it. So here we have the Supreme ROM Streamer script added. Again, this will make all of your ROMs or your game directories or associated with your Raspberry Pi. You have the choice to select if you want to read it from an external drive, your direct PC. You could select which directory you want it to read from. I'm not going to get into this in this specific tutorial, but I did make that in another video, which was the No More ROMs video. So please like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this particular video. Just definitely wanted to showcase this here for those of you who wanted an additional option. Maybe you never knew how to modify a script. I even have the PS3 script, Nintendo Switch script. I could add it if I wanted to, but I don't think I'll do all that. But that is how an easy to use script can be added or modified to your Retropie. And this may even work on Batacera. I haven't even tried it yet. But as far as I know, this script is universal. I may even include this for the Raspberry Pi 4, some of the other builds. But again, just a little information. This is not the kind of script that could be, due to different security measures, I couldn't include this in a previous build or add it to an existing build that I may plan to release. This is something you had to add it yourself. This is why I did not include it in the 1.5.3. So again, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. Definitely here to answer any questions, or if you are on Patreon, you guys can always hit me up. But I didn't feel confident kind of releasing this information without giving you guys some additional support or backing to follow through. But the tutorial on the GitHub is fairly easy to follow. All you have to do is just go to the GitHub link, which is, and this is where you could download the script in a zip file. There's no password, it's not protected. So hope you guys feel free to enjoy. There's also an additional README file in here, which will show you how to implement all of this. The video that I made here today, and also the No ROMs downloaded or needed video should pretty much kind of cover everything if you need more of a visual walkthrough. So again, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this tutorial. I do have some additional releases coming up. And with always, I hope you guys stay tuned, keep watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.